Yes, and welcome to another meeting, ladies. It's summer holiday, officially summer holiday. Yes, it feels so good. I've never been so elated about summer holidays because this was the first year that both of my daughters are or they went to school. So both of them were gone and now the both of them are home. So that is a new concept to me, bringing them both to school, getting them ready for school in the mornings, and that a whole year long. And now it's over. I have so much time left to do other stuff. Just to realize how much time school really takes, how much space it takes up, and which is a good thing. Of course, we should be grateful that we can go to school and learn and educate ourselves, but it takes a lot of time getting ready in the morning, getting their lunch boxes together, getting them ready, getting yourself ready. And once they are in school, you come home and do the other tasks that you need to do, take care of the other children that you might have, because I have two young ones. I am a mother of four. And then you have to prepare yourself mentally again to come pick the older ones up, have play dates or other stuff that they need to do. So to, get this clear, that means I have a lot of time left, and I will use it in the best way I can by spending more time on the club, on our sisterhood, also spending time with the children, getting my house in order, do some renovations. This 6 weeks we will not be resting a lot. We have stuff to do. So I don't know how your summer holiday looks. You might be chilling on the beach, you might be camping or hunting or on a boat. Whatever you're doing, enjoy your well-deserved time with your family. I hope you're having fun, creating new memories, making new traditions, meeting new people, just having fun, getting the best out of life so that you can recharge and get back when the next season of school starts again. I did my makeup. It was so nice just to take my time, not to be rushed. I don't know if you see it in the results, but it was just nice to get myself ready without knowing that there's a deadline, knowing that I have to get up and get the girls. And even though I wake up early, my alarm goes 5 for now. Normally it goes 4:30. And still, sometimes it's not enough time. You just took too long. Things happen. You might be slow that morning. So it felt so good to get ready, knowing that I did not have to bring the children to school, knowing that I could take my time, just, having a nice meeting with my favorite ladies, except for my girls, of course, but those are young ladies. I mean, my sisters, my ladies, my loved ones, I don't know even what to call you because I cannot reveal the name. We are getting close because we have to make the website and all that stuff. So we are getting close to reveal our sisterhood and the full glory of it. The name, the website, the newsletters, the logo. So if you are interested in that, let me know. And importantly, how is it going? How have you been so far? Have you met new ladies in the club? Let me know in the comments. If you are enjoying the sisterhood, if you want to see different things on the sisterhood, we are doing this together. Don't forget that. Yes, I might be the one that took the initiative, that is standing here talking to you, but please feel free to add to come with new ideas and suggestions. Maybe you know people we can interview, housewives, that will be a great value to other women in the group, that can motivate, uplift, share advice and experience that we can take away so that we can grow and be better wives, be better mothers, be better caretakers of our community. I would love to talk to other housewives. I would love for us to meet them and embrace them and enter and welcome them in our little sisterhood, or maybe big sisterhood, because we don't know where this is going to go. I see a lot of beautiful things for our future. I see events. I was just talking to my husband, and he is also excited for the sisterhood. He sees a great future for the sisterhood, and that is always beautiful when you have a supporting husband, and your husband really supports and loves and thinks with you when it comes to the things you are doing in your life. So I'm grateful and blessed that I have a husband that really supports me and thinks with me and pushes me to be the best version of myself. So I was talking to him, and as he was talking, this idea came into my head that we can do benefit galas where we can do auctions, because as you know, I'm into auctions. I love auctions. So we can do a benefit gala every year where we can auction off different things. Let's say jewelry. We can work with amazing jewelry houses and ask them if they can, sponsor, gift us certain beautiful pieces that we can auction off, and the proceedings of the auction will go to different charities that we support. So that was something that came to mind, and I was thinking about, I don't know if you watched Being Mary Jane, such a beautiful series at the time with Gabrielle Union as Mary Jane, and her family were also socialites, and they had a great network, they had great prestige within the community, and they also had to attend certain galas and certain gatherings and events. And I see that for our little club. Let me stop saying little club. For our club, I see us doing benefit galas, other events where we come together, have fun, connect, socialize, and also do something great for charity. So if you are interested in being a part of that, join the sisterhood. There are just a few rules, and I have them on my phone. I can do them, I think, by head. First one is you have to be a housewife. No, not a stay-at-home mom. You have to be a housewife, because there's a difference. A stay-at-home mom will give up her career in order to serve her children, to stay with her children. Maybe when they are a certain age, she will go back to the workforce and continue on. Being a housewife is really being of service to your husband, meaning you are here to support him, help him to achieve his goals, to make his life more, let me just say, to take certain things off his plate so that he can solely focus on being the best version of himself, going after his dreams and goals and whatever it takes to achieve that. And you are there to support and take care of the things that he cannot do anymore, because his hands are tied with the thing he is doing for the family. And that can be something different. That is not only cooking and cleaning. It could be totally different. It can be you taking care of his mom, or being a friend to his mother, or doing the paperwork, or socializing with people and their wives so that he can get certain deals. It can be so many things. So don't think, oh, housewife, that means, oh, you only cook and clean. No, for some people that is not the case. Some wives don't cook, they don't clean, because they have other roles that they have to fulfill within their household. So first of all, you have to be a housewife. Second, we are here to uplift, support, embrace one another. That is the second rule. Let me go to the third one, because I want to get it right. Even though I think I have it in my head, I want to do it right. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, we support, empower, and uplift. Oh, I said embrace. You see? Empower and uplift one another. Third one, we have to be honest. Because we love one another, we want the best for each other. So we have to be honest when we see things are not going well, or someone's behavior is out of line, and you just call it out. And we do it with love. We state it with love, because we don't talk down on one another, but we really have to tell each other, you were wrong in this case. You need to apologize, or you need help. We see that things are not going well, you're slacking here and there, you need help, and we are here to help each other. That was number 3. Number 4 is, we don't gossip. We do not gossip within the club or within the sisterhood. If you see something, be honest to your sister and ask her how you can serve her, or give her suggestions on how you think you can serve her, or how she can do things better, and that will be beneficial for her. 5th one is, there is no competition. We do not compete with one another. Everybody has a role, everybody has a task. We can be inspired by one another, we can motivate each other, but we do not compete. It's not about, oh, if I do this, I can kick her off her position and I can take her position. No. Everything that we do is carefully taken into consideration. Which person has the best skills, which person fits the best for the position, which person has the best value when it comes to this position. So there is no competition. And there will be more rules, but these are the 5. Everything is just being created organically. If you think, or when you think that these are the rules that you can is it obey? Name. If you can uphold these rules and submit to these rules, please come into our sisterhood. The more we have, the better, because we want to make an impact, not only on one another, but also to the outside world. And there we come to the subject for today, and that is culture. Because every human being, everybody who's living right now, is a part of writing or rewriting culture. We look to the past to see what went on, what was the art that was being created, what was the type of music that was being created, who are the people who were living back then, what are the things people were doing, wearing, eating. It's all part of culture. It's legacy. As we know, back in the day, there were housewives. That being a housewife was almost the standard in certain areas of the world. Let me just state that, because within my culture, Surinamese culture, housewives, that is not a thing. So just let me say, but it was more common in the rest of the world, other parts of the world, that women stayed at home and the husbands were working. With that lifestyle, there has been a certain narrative that has been created. I don't know if it's true, and if it's true, then being a housewife is it's being seen as something negatively, as something that is not of value, or low value. Maybe women that couldn't do anything else but to be a wife. They had no other options. Women that had no voice, no opinion. Maybe they were not educated. Women that would support their husbands even when their husbands were evil or bad, or made bad decisions, treated their wives horribly, treated their family horribly. Housewives were women that were being abused. Let's just say it was not positive. We are now here. We are now the legacy of housewives. And we have the obligation to rewrite that story. We need to share what it is to be a housewife. That is not all negative. Of course, there are certain scenarios. There are housewives that might have a less fortunate life than other housewives. Some housewives are being treated better by their husband than other. I mean, we cannot deny that part. But that has nothing to do with the lifestyle. It has to do with the person you decided to marry, because that will definitely contribute to how you're going to experience this lifestyle. If you are married to somebody who's not loving, who doesn't know how to treat people, then this experience can be horrible. But when you marry somebody who has a kind heart, is honest, is loving, is considers you, respects what you bring to the table, sees you as an equal, meaning an equal human being, doesn't see himself as more than because he makes the money, and sees you as less than, then you will have a great experience. And I think the women who have great experiences should share this with other people. And it can be in your community, by how you show up, how do you dress, how do you talk to other people, are you kind, are you loving, are you do you empathize with other people, are you not judgmental, what do you do for your community, how do you show up, what do you do for your children, their school, are you in the school board? Because I'm considering going into the school board, but I've heard that it's a commitment for 5 years, so I have to check after the holidays how I can enter to be in the school board, just to see what's going on, how can I add to the curriculum and what they teach in school, certain important topics that I think that should be highlighted in school. So I think these things are important as a housewife. Just how you show up, that is one way you can write in culture about, oh, housewives were kind people, they were very considerate, and they had a voice, they had opinions, they contributed to their community. It's important how we show up as a group, as a as a sisterhood. And you can do it in your community, your country. I will do it as much as I can here in my country, but also online by creating this sisterhood, keep making these videos, having the meetings, eventually doing the events. I will go more into the media as time will progress, because naturally when you go online and you're doing a great job, media outlets will see you. I've seen this in the past when I was just doing my thing, and media outlets were curious about, oh, you are a traditional wife, we want to interview you, we want to have you on our podcast. So I know, and naturally this will happen. So I will be ready to go that route when it is necessary, just to share a light on what is it really to be a housewife, what type of experience, and how does it look. Okay, I don't know what my daughter wanted, but she left. I think it's important to share, and it's not a discussion, it's not up for debate, it's just sharing what it really is, instead of people going by fear and thinking, how dangerous is this, and your husband, and all this, narrative that are surrounding this lifestyle. So see what you can do. This is, an active call. What can you do to, have a positive light on this lifestyle, and that 100 years from now, that people can say, oh, the women from this sisterhood, they were all housewives, they were friends, they gathered together even though they were living in different countries, they had different ages, they had different religions, they had different ethnic backgrounds, but they came together and they did positive things, and they supported different charities, and they had events. And I think it's important that we show that we show up. We should show up, because people think, oh, they are housewives by sitting on the couch all day, getting fat, watching series. No, it just means that you have time to do other things, as being active in your community, showing up for charity, being in the school board, being active in your church or your, mosque, whatever your religion is, that you show up, that you teach children. You might be a Bible study teacher. It's not about money. It's about what can you do for others? How can you show up? I want to start a Girl Scout for my girls, but also for other girls here in the community, to have a genuine community, growing together, learning to trust other women, knowing that you can ask other women to help you, and they will help you. There's not a thing about being jealous and envious and hatred. I want them to have a positive outlook on what it is to be surrounded. So I think it's important for them to have that positive experience with women, and it starts at a young age, knowing that you can build together, you can count on one another, uplift one another, knowing that you have a big sister, but you are also a big sister to a little sister, meaning you have a leading role, you have responsibilities, people will hold you accountable when things weren't done right or weren't done at all. So that is my next venture, next to building this club, but also just have this little sisterhood for young girls, and also for them to come visit us and see what we housewives do and how we do things, and how we use technology to communicate with one another, to host events even though somebody else is living in Nigeria or in India, Qatar, but we get it done, and we communicate, and we push one another, and we use our network to get stuff done. So I think it's important how we show up as housewives, and that's why it's so important that we share these videos, to share this club, so that we can make a cultural impact, and not only I love being an influencer, or being online and talking about makeup and cooking and stuff like that. But I think as I'm getting older and I now appreciate culture and what it is, I want to intentionally add to culture and intentionally do things so that we can really be a part of culture, and knowing that women have a choice, that is what feminism was all about, being knowledgeable and being intentional with the choices you make for your life as a woman. If that means that you are a working woman, go ahead. But if you want to be a housewife, you do that as well, and that's okay. Just know that there is a group where you can confide in. They will give you the knowledge, the experience, the mentorship, to basically help you along the way when things they might not go well, or you don't understand certain things because you're new into this lifestyle. But know that you can fall back on housewives that've been doing it for 20, 30, 40, 60, 70 years, and they can help you, just along the way. And I think that will give you a comforting feeling, because you will get resistance, because it's not something that a lot of women are doing right now. Most women are working women. So when you decide to go the route of being a housewife, you will get resistance. But if it's something that you are feeling in your body, that this is what you want to do, you want to be a wifey, you want to stay at home with your husband, help support him, help support the family, the legacy, have children, then you should not be discouraged by other people because they are scared or they do not understand. That's why I started this sisterhood, that you can come here and we can empower you and help you so that you can feel confident enough and stay strong when you receive resistance, and be like, no, this is what I want to do, this is what I believe in. I know it can be done because I have thousands of women that are also housewives, and we are doing this together, and they are of great help. They give me knowledge, they give me experience, and I think that's important. And at one point, of course, the husband might be involved in that sense. We will see each other at events sometimes, and that is also nice, that the husbands can talk to one another, give each other, props for taking care of the wives, because at the end of the day, they are traditional husbands, and there are not a lot of traditional husbands, so they are going through the same thing, one single income, and taking care of the family, feeling the pressure. Also having men talking down on them, your wife is not working. I mean, my husband is facing these challenges at his work when the conversation goes around, oh, do you have a wife? Do you have children? Do you have a girlfriend? Is she working? No, she's not working. Wow, your wife is not working. Oh, you're so stupid, so you're working. He gets these things. And my husband is very strong, confident. He knows what he wants. But I can imagine when you are maybe younger or you're not confident, that your husband might come home and think, yeah, my wife is lazy. Why is she not working? All the other colleagues of mine, their wives are working. So it's very important that we stay together and that we talk to one another and uplift one another. That's why I started this club. This is bigger to me than, hi, my name is Debi, and today I'm doing a makeup tutorial, and please check out the link, and the products will be down below, and make sure you go to my LTK and you will get 10% off, and I will get commission. It's not a bad thing, but I just found something that is bigger than that, bigger than me just making money and not being of service in that sense to my community as a housewife, because I miss that sisterhood. I have friends and I love my friends, but they are not housewives, so they don't know what I go through. They don't know what I have to face. They don't know basically anything about this lifestyle. So it's nice when I have women that I'm surrounded by women that understand this lifestyle, know what it means, that it can be sometimes lonely because you are the only one that's understanding what's going on and why you make certain choices and make certain moves. And it's nice if you have somebody to talk to that understands that. And I'm happy that I can do something this powerful in this time. And probably in this part of the world, the Western world, it might not be so popular, but I know in other places of the world, a lot of women are housewives and they take pride of being a housewife, and it's being celebrated by their communities. And I would like to learn from you, and I would like to see how that looks. If you are supported by your family, friends, and community, how would that look? How would a housewife show up when she feels the love and when she feels the support? How do you show up? How do you do that? How is that making a difference in your attitude? Are you walking around with a smile, being prideful? How does that feel? Because in the Western world, it's different. And even in the Surinamese culture, which I'm a part of, my dad is from Ghana, my mother is from Suriname. But in the Surinamese culture, a housewife is really not something that exists. It just does not. So imagine me telling my mom or my community I am a housewife. First of all, I think they really think that's a dangerous concept. They think it's a white concept. But I feel no. This is bigger to me, being a housewife. I can be present with my daughters. I can be there for them. I can show up for them. I can give them a different perspective. Yes, they will be surrounded by working women all their life. They see their teachers, their friends, their moms are working. But it's necessary for them to see diversity. I think I said it in the last meeting. When I was, a few years ago, I thought representation was such a weird concept. I thought, why do you need to have representation? You don't need that. But now I understand how it works. If you see somebody doing it, it makes you believe that you can do it too. It gives you options for the people who aren't that creative, aren't that broad of a thinker. It gives you, let me see if this is in technology. Because sometimes you're talking and the mic is not even plugged in right, and then I'm just wasting my time. Just let me make sure. But I think I'm okay. So I think it's important for them to see diversity, and for the ones that really cannot imagine certain things, being a black housewife in the Netherlands, Surinamese, finding a Surinamese husband that is willing to take care of you. In which world can you have that? But I found it. I have it. Because Surinamese men are not known for being traditional husbands. I mean, most people here in the Netherlands don't even think Surinamese men are capable of being faithful to one woman. So to be married to one and that takes care of you, either you are crazy or you have found the jackpot. So, and for me, being a housewife is not about only being at home. It's just being free to do what I want to do. Of course, I have tasks, things need to get done, but the fact that I can wake up, dress how I want to dress, because when you go to work, I have worked in the past. Certain things you cannot wear when you go to work. They are not allowed. Some jobs don't allow you to have certain makeup. Some jobs don't allow you to have tattoos. Some jobs don't allow you to wear certain clothing. I am free from all of that. I can wear whatever I want to wear. Makeup wise, I do my makeup every day. I show up every day. And I can only imagine what that does to my children, even my son. How does it look that your mom is always put together? What type of perception will he have when it comes to women? I don't know. I'm just happy that I can add to his experience, his brain, that you can have a beautiful black woman that takes care of herself, that is proud of who she is, has her natural hair, has short hair, but still is confident. I mean, I don't know what that will do for a boy, but I hope that it inspires him to find a wife that is similar, especially in attitude, that carries herself. Because I understand I am not a Caucasian woman. I understand that, nor do I want to be a Caucasian woman. I celebrate the fact that I'm Ghanaian, but also Surinamese, and I lean into that. I love wearing makeup and being glammed and being all princess-like, being like African queen. I love that. This is totally not Surinamese. You will not find a lot of Surinamese women that are like this. So that's the Ghanaian, the African woman in me. I got that spirit of, being glammed up and dolled up and want to look good and being that African royal. But I just love for my children to see that. To see that my mom doesn't have to rush. She takes her time. Even with cooking, she takes her time. She takes time to set the table, to have beautiful recipes and cakes. I mean, when I look back at my youth, I have a totally different experience because I had a working mom. So my experience with being a woman is being rushed, not being happy how you look, looking and experimenting with your look. One day having braids, next day having a wig, then you have short, then you have straight, then you have curly. I mean, there was a lot of chaos. So I'm happy that I can provide stability and confidence and acceptance and pride to my children. So being a housewife for me is not being at home and just doing nothing. It's just being intentional. Being intentional with my moves and my choices, what my children see and how that will build their experiences in life, would build their confidence and traditions. I think it's important, and I think a lot of people underestimate the power of being a housewife and what it can do for your family. And also how I show up at home with my husband, when he would maybe think before he met me, when I have a wife or a girlfriend and she has children, she will let herself go and she would gain a lot of weight, and the woman I used to know would not exist anymore, but he would still love me, but he would not be attracted to me. Now he gets a totally different experience. He sees my wife keeps on looking good. She's getting better with time. Even though she has children, she takes care of herself. She looks good. He's still attracted to me. I love that for him as well. That what he thought, because that is what he saw, that is not his reality. His reality is totally different from that. And even for myself, because I remember when back in the day I was braiding hair just as a side hustle, and I had a client and she had a great life. It was a woman, a Caucasian woman, married to a Surinamese guy. They had 2 children, a boy and a girl, and they were living the life. Beautiful home. I mean, he had a great job. Everything was, the house had like 10 rooms. It was beautiful. I'd never been in such a house before. And she looked good. She was skinny. She took care of herself. She looked skinny. She took care of herself. Really, she looked like somebody who didn't have children. And I remember she was a stay-at-home mom. She was a teacher before, but when she started having children, she stayed home. And you could tell because she took care of herself. She used to run every day. She really took great care of herself. And it was a total contrast from what I was experiencing at home. When your mother is stressed, there's chaos. She doesn't have the time to cook proper meals, or maybe she does have the time to cook proper meals, but doesn't have the time to eat properly. In that meaning, not having, the right amount of meals or the amount of food that you digest. Eating late, eating right before bed, not digesting the food properly. That's why you gain weight. That is what I saw with this lady. She was, and I always asked her, how do you do that? Because at the time I was maybe 18 years old. So I couldn't understand that concept. The concept was, when you have children, you gain weight and it's over for you. So now that I have 4 children, when I look at myself, I'm like, wow, I did it. It's not like I'm working out every day. My only workout is that I ride the bike every single day, riding my children to school, riding to get groceries. And that helps a lot. I ride the bike and it helps to maintain my weight, but also I do not live in chaos. I have the time. I bring my children to school. Sometimes I change my diet, meaning sometimes when I wake up, brush my teeth, get myself ready, I drink tea. At first I was drinking Earl Grey, heavy caffeine based tea. I'm not a coffee drinker. But as time, and then after my tea I would eat bread. And then when I come home, I would eat something like that again. Now I changed that. I don't drink caffeine-based teas anymore. I do, when I wake up, hot water with lemon, ginger, cloves. And until I come home, after I brought my children to school, I come home, I do a smoothie or I do granola, no sugar, maybe a kiwi, also sourdough bread. So I really have set times for when I eat, and it helps when you have that stability, that you don't get really bloated. You don't eat stuff that you should not eat because you're hungry and just start grabbing Snickers and Mars. Because I used to do that. I was a lover of Snickers. When I was going to high school or middelbare school here in the Netherlands, I would eat Snickers every single day. I would eat McDonald's, KFC every single day. If it wasn't KFC today, it would be KFC tomorrow, but today would be McDonald's. But I was young. I was dancing. I was riding a bike. I could do that. I was a size 26 when it comes to jeans. That's how skinny I was. But it was also because that is what I liked. That is what I craved. But as I got older, I thought I craved these things, but I did not. Once I started eating properly and take my time, you notice that you don't want chocolate, but you want something else. So by having this rhythm and this flow, your body just naturally reacts to that. And I'm not saying that I'm as skinny as I was, but I'm great with how my body looks. Having 4 children, I mean, I look great. and look great. But I think it has to do with the lifestyle I live. I mean, you will reflect how you feel, how your life is going. If you're living in chaos, if you're unhappy, it will show in your body that you're getting sick all the time, you're gaining or losing weight, at least you cannot maintain what you have. So I am grateful. So for me, being a housewife is so much more than just being at home. And my children see that I have a healthy relationship with my body. They see that it's very possible for you to have children but still look good, be happy, not be overweight, not be stuffy and puffy, but to just see their mom as how they know me, how they recognize me. So it's good to have that confirmation that it's very much possible. So I love that for me. So I'm very intentional about how it shows, and also how it shows outside of my home. That people see, wow, you have 4 children. I cannot tell the way you show up. It's amazing how you dress, how you look, how you are. People see strength. They admire my strength. They cannot believe that I'm doing this because they don't see my husband often, because my husband is working. They see me every day with the children, picking them up, bringing them to school, how their hair looks, how they dress, how they do all these things, how their character is being developed. They really are amazed and they want to know, how do you do it? But I really have to say, of course, it's God, but it also has to do with this lifestyle, because if I wasn't a housewife, I know for a fact that my life would not be like this, and I would not be like this. And that's why it's very important who you marry, which person you marry, because all the other men that I was, let me not say all, like it's a lot, but the 2 boyfriends I had before, they did not contribute to how I show up. They were the polar opposite. They were trying to break down what I had built. But because I'm a strong person, I could kind of maintain the things that I've built. But at one point I noticed that I had to break away from them because they were really coming into the essence of who I was, and that is something you always should protect. So if I would have been with one of these 2 other men that I was with, I wouldn't be like this. Absolutely not. It's like I said, it's not the lifestyle that will decide, it's the person you attach yourself to that will contribute or destroy you, basically, because that's what it is. They will destroy you if you not find the right person. And it doesn't matter which lifestyle you choose. If you are going with the wrong person, it will show up. It will. So I think it's nice that we have the sisterhood and we can provide this knowledge to the little sisters. The ones that are just coming in or just getting married or are being engaged and want to do what we are doing, and that we can provide them with knowledge and encouragement and really make sure that they are in great hands. That is so important to me. Like I said, that's culture. If they know that being a housewife means support, no competition, not being jealous of one another, helping one another. We have one another. We are one. Because if we are turning against one another, who do we have? Who is here to support us apart from our husbands or family members? If so, because like I said, with my family members, they don't really support this lifestyle. I'm just doing my thing and I don't care what you think. This is my life. I know what I want, and you do not know what I want. You just know what you want and how you want people to perceive you. I'm doing my own thing. And I love being a inspiration to women that want to do it but were scared to do it or didn't thought it was even an option. I'm here to show you that you can be black and be a housewife, or be Surinamese and be a housewife, or be in the Netherlands and be a housewife. And there are so many more women that are in this club that have different complexions, different backgrounds, that will show you that, oh, I didn't know that I can be Turkish and do this and live maybe in a foreign country, or be Greek or Puerto Rican, Haitian. It doesn't matter. We are housewives and we contribute to our community, and that is important, and that should be known worldwide, that we are here to serve, and we are here, we have brains, we have time, we care, because caring is not only in your heart, it also has to show that you care by showing up, going to the teacher conference, meetings, being in the school board, having, activities you do outside of school to show your children what it means to build and to be a founder or entrepreneur without making money as your main goal. I think it's beautiful that my children see that mom has a club, she has a sisterhood, and it's not about making money and being the businesswoman, but it's about building communities and having friends. And they will have that same experience with their Girl Scout within a few years, where they will meet new friends. And my daughters love to socialize, they love to eat, they love to cook, they love to have people over, they like to go to people. That is the thing they love. They love to socialize, they love makeup, they love to look good. Really, they are mini minions, they are mini me's. And I think the Girl Scout will be a great outlet for them to basically do what I do, but do it on their level, and have every year a summer camp where they can make great memories, be with other girls, see different talents, different creativity, different skills all together, and learn from them, and learn that when you work together, you can create magic. You don't have to be jealous because somebody else can sing. They can sing, but maybe you are great with making costumes. So you can help her while she sings and you create the costumes. Or maybe you're great with instruments, or these people we see, they did not do it by themselves, they have team, and it takes a lot to be a talent. It's just not one person, and we can be of service. Like I said, here in the club, I might be the face, but I cannot do it by myself. More needs to happen. We need more talent, we need more people. And that's why I say the sisterhood needs to become bigger. And that's why I'm here. I need more people, more souls, so that we can really do the things we want to do and really be of service to our community. So I always say the best things in life are free. So give me something money cannot buy. And that's a like, subscribe, and share this video, because it's free. Being kind is free, being supportive is free, being uplifting is free, writing a comment is free, sharing your video with a friend who's also a housewife is free. It's free. And you will gain so much from it, like I said, because it's summer holidays. I want to meet you. I might not be going on a holiday, but you might be. Or maybe you are also here in the Netherlands and I'm not going for 6 weeks. I'm only on a holiday for a week. Let's have lunch. Let's get to know one another. Let's see what we can do. Let's talk. Let's conversate. Let's have Zoom calls. You might be in the States, you might be in Nigeria, you might be in Morocco, and be like, I need myself some new friends. Because I'm not like Drake. I'm not gonna say I don't need no new friends. I want new friends. I love the ones I have and they will remain my friends, but I also want to make new friends. So this is a perfect opportunity for us to connect. We have 6 weeks to connect, do Zoom calls, have meetings, have lunches, do afternoon tea, get more suggestions. Let's do it. I want Elena Cardone on here. I want, who is also a housewife, Marjorie Harvey. We have LeBron James's wife, Savannah James. Let's see who we got. Who else do we got in the Netherlands? I don't know a lot, but there are so much more housewives, and we need all of them on. We want them to talk. We want first ladies of churches. I want Moroccan people. I want the women of Qatar, Kuwait, Dubai, Emirates in general, Turkey, Russia, Ukraine, Spain. I don't care what's going on in the world. We are a little sisterhood, and we don't do politics in the sense, oh, she is Jewish, I don't like her, or she's Muslim, I don't like her, she's black. We don't do this here. Let the men do that. We are unity. We come together and we just have our little safe space where we can get away from the bull crap and create our own bubble and to get to know one another for who we really are, even though we have cultural differences, even though we have different religious background. It does not matter. We are housewives. We need one another. I need you all. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you are a billionaire or married to a billionaire. I don't care if you are married to somebody who is a teacher. It does not matter to me. I just want to connect with you. And I think we should and we can learn from one another. Money should not be something that's in between us. It should not. We are here together. We can make a difference, an impact. Sisterhood for life. Sisterhood for life. We are here to contribute. We do not take only, we give. So give what you can, not only with money, because yes, we do need donations. Yes, we do need gifts, because if we want to have the events, do certain things, get people on the channel, we gonna need funds for that. I'm just gonna be honest. But maybe you are not in a position to give, because I have been in a position where I would not be able to give €1 because we had to rebuild, and like we said, only the husbands are working. But I have a brain, I have ideas, I have suggestions. There are things, maybe I have a friend I know that is in a certain industry, or their husband is in a certain industry. Give what you can with your brain, and the other ones that might not have the creative ideas can give money, because we can use a couple of millions, because then we can do great things. We can do a lot with that. So we need to have fundraisers by doing events. Like I said, we can have benefit galas, we can have auctions, we can have brand deals, we can create our own products, because I have idea to create our own products, such as not really merchandise, but just maybe do a lipstick launch one time, and the proceeds will go maybe 60% to the sisterhood, and the other 40% will go to charity, or the full proceeds will go to the charity. But we can create beautiful products, do things one time, 2 times, maybe annually, just to get funds into the sisterhood. And we can do stuff with that. We can do also girls trip. We can go to Essence Festival, other seminars and things that are going on to uplift women. We can do master classes. We can invite people to speak. We can also be invited to speak on certain events, and everything is transparent. Everybody will know what type of money is in the cash in the sisterhood, what we can do. You can have suggestions. So I cannot do this by myself, and I don't want to do this by myself, because that's the whole point of a sisterhood, that you feel that you are supported and that you have people around you that you can ask for help, that can, help you with things you are stuck with, or you just want somebody to talk to when you are doing something. I mean, it's subjective what you need friends for, right? But I'm so happy that I'm doing this, that I'm getting this off the ground, and I'm just curious, who are the women in this club, and how will we connect throughout time, and how will we create this beautiful bond, that what a sisterhood really is. It's a connection. It's connecting, it's lifetime friendship, sharing experiences, heartbreaks, sadness, but also joy, having wins, things you really want and they're coming to fruition, and you can share that. I think that will create so much more life and laughter, that we really champion for something and it's really happening. So, because we are doing it together, it's also, I always love it when I see the people I follow and they are doing amazing things. I remember when I was following Aaliyah J way back, when she was living in New York with her mom, and slowly things were going for her, and all of a sudden I saw her doing Nicki Minaj her makeup. I was so proud of her, so proud. But I can only imagine how it feels if you are doing it together, meaning we are setting it out together, that one person is doing this, championing for the other, making the calls, doing the emails, getting, approaching the team of, let's say, Melania Trump, or some housewife that we all admire and love, and it's really happening, and you see that we are filming and the footage is coming out. I think that will be a totally different experience, because what I wanted to say before I got cut off, International Women's Day, I want to do that. I want to do an event. I want to do a brunch or a lunch, because I never celebrated International Women's Day. Never. And then I got invited to do an event and do International Women's Day. I didn't like the experience, because the women that were on the panel, because I was asked to do a panel, were women that had totally different experiences in their lives. It was more a queer panel, meaning there was somebody who was transgender, you had somebody who was lesbian, or there were two transgender, one person was lesbian. I couldn't relate at all, because at the time I was pregnant with my 4th child. They didn't have children. They were fighting their own battles of equality and stuff like that. I just could not relate, but I was being kind, open, and lovely. But in my mind, I was like, why did I leave my home for this? Meaning, I'm 6 months pregnant. I'm sitting here on a panel with people I cannot relate with whatsoever. I could be home with my husband and my kids, enjoying my day, because I think it was on a Saturday or a Sunday. Instead, I'm sitting here on a panel. I didn't like it. I just did not like it. But what it did was it did inspire me to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to host my own event, and I'm going to make it such a beautiful experience for housewives. Because imagine you go out of your home, which I don't do often, to attend an event. When I want to go to an event, it has to be catered to housewives, knowing what we are going through, knowing how much effort we put in to show up for our family. Because you need to understand what we do as housewives, what we put in. And if we want something or we have time for ourselves, it should be in a manner that we really feel that this is for us, meaning a nice brunch. Entertainment, laughter, joy, gifts, beautiful decorations, hanging out with friends or women that have similar experiences, just having fun. Not thinking about speaking on a panel or defending your lifestyle or whatever. I mean, it has to be fun. I mean, you're a housewife, you're busy, wife, you have kids, you have a husband, you have a home, you have other obligations. When you go out of the home, first of all, you want to look good. You want to be surrounded with people that also want to look good. I mean, you want people to make an effort. You want flowers, beautiful surroundings, great food, great drinks, beautiful conversations, beautiful goodie bags with makeup, skincare, hair care, nail care, everything a housewife can have, jewelry. You know, you want to feel appreciated. And I didn't feel that. So when I'm in a position to do an International Women's Day, I want to give that experience. I need that and I want to give that. So yes, when we raise certain funds, we can do that, and it can be for all members, it can be for honorary members. We can do something special online for the members who cannot attend. I want to make it a thing that people see, okay, these are the housewives. Okay, they represented well for their group. And I need you to help me think of the concept, how we want to do that, where we're going to do it, how it's going to look. Is it going to be an annual thing? Is it going to be in the Netherlands? Is it going to be overseas? Are you coming here? How we want to, which location? Maybe you have a location. Maybe your husband is, you know, a real estate tycoon or something. Like, we give you a home that you can rent for a day, you know. Make it beautiful. Do whatever you want to do. Have people can serve you, a catering. You know, we want to go there and just have fun and appreciate that we feel appreciated, not only by our families but also by society, because we are doing a great job. And if no one is going to tell us, we have to tell ourselves that we are doing great. We're doing things that are really tough. We are doing something that is really tough. To trust in God and a man and in yourself, that you can be a wife to a husband that decided or vowed to you that he would take care of you and the children, but also be honest and respectful and loving. That is fate. because he can say it, he can put his signature, but at the end of the day, it's fate, and he needs to be well disciplined. He needs to have control of his urges and his flaws in order not to be manipulative. Wow. In order to not manipulate or abuse. That's the word. Abuse his power, abuse his strength. But also as wives, as housewives, to put trust and faith in another human being. Do you know how much courage that is? That is courageous, because you are almost delusional to do so. Because most people nowadays, they don't trust no one. And for you to say that you trust your husband, but basically you're saying you're trusting yourself that even if this doesn't go well, you'll be okay. Because you will be crazy just to put your faith into a man, knowing or believing that you will fumble and crumble and die and fall if this man betrays you. Do you understand what I am saying? Because it's not about him. It's about you. Because if you do not believe in yourself, if you know that you are not capable of taking care of yourself when things go wrong, you could never attach yourself to somebody who said that he would take care of you, unless you know that you will be okay if he didn't do it. I mean, that's true for me, because I've been into an abusive relationship and I know my strength. I know even though that happened, I can build myself up, give myself a job, do whatever I need to do to rebuild, innovate, evolve. And if I did it once, then I can do it again. And that is something I always fall back on. I know who I am. I know what I am capable of. I know I found a good husband. But even if I didn't, I know I will be okay. And I rest in that. The knowledge. Because it's not I believe, I know. But I don't want to live that lifestyle. I don't want to work, have a job. I want to be a housewife, because all the things I stated before, how it makes me feel, how it makes me show up in the world, how my children perceive me, and the options I create, having a diverse palette. Because they have a diverse palette, because they see their mom is like this, but they can see other women are like that. And then they can make a decision for themselves for what do I want? Because that is what I believe. You need to decide what you want. You need to know what you want, how you want to live your life, and then live it boldly. Don't care what nobody else says, because you decide that you want this and you know why you want it. You know what you're gaining from it. So it should not matter what other people think about it. I don't care what other people think about what it means to be a housewife, a traditional wife. That is their opinion. But I also believe that we should create a legacy, a cultural impact, so that people or young women that are growing up maybe 100 years from now can see, okay, this is what it looked to be a housewife in 2026. Wow, they have progressed from the 1950s, 60s, and everything that came before. Because we should also evolve. That doesn't mean we need to work, but we should evolve. We need to see what our ancestors had access to, the women that became fours, what they had access to, what they did do, not necessarily wrong, but what can be improved, because we have more access to certain things that they did not have back in the day, and we should use that, and we should stick to one another and help one another so that we can get the best experience out this lifestyle. And to know that you're not doing it by yourself. There are other women in the world that are also housewives, that also want to grow and to connect and improve their skills and want to uplift and serve. And that is how we can make a cultural impact, and to show people that you don't need to compete. Just acknowledge the strength that another person has and see how you can work with that and get things done. So I really hope you liked this meeting. I don't want to go all political because that is not my aim, but sometimes things need to be said, or things should be, you should be aware, be made aware of certain things, let me put it like that, so that you can think about these things and think about how you want to show up and how you can be a part of your community. Maybe your children are already, they don't need your assistance as much anymore because they are teenagers, or they have moved out, or maybe you do not have children yet. See what you can do. See how you can contribute. Of course, you need to help your husband. See how you can support him. But I know there's time left, and it can only be half an hour a week. But see what you can do to help your community, to help people see different types of housewives, and not only the narrative that's out there right now of housewife is a Stepford wife that just barks when her husband says bark, and she has no opinion, and she's not of value. Show your value. Be of value. Let them not create the narrative for you. You create the narrative. Yes, I am a housewife, but yes, I care a lot. I am very much active in my community, and I am taking care of myself, taking care of my home. I am happy, I feel fulfilled, and I feel like I'm really of value. So if you like these types of content, I already told you what to do, and it's like and subscribe and share. I'm busy with the website. Pray for me. Help me if you want to help me. Send me a DM. Be like, girl, I know how to make websites. See where I'm at, and just to be of assistance of whatever your skill set is. Let us know. If you want to donate, please donate, because at the end of the day, we can make stuff happen. But if we have certain funds, it would be create more opportunities, let me put it like that. Because by knowing the right people, you don't need money, because that is really what the sisterhood is about. Knowing the right people, putting the right people in one place, and be powerful and be influential without using money. Because if your husband is in real estate, or he owns a lot of places, he can extend that invitation, be like, you can just host an event here, we don't need money, but a favor for a favor. Maybe your cousin is Joe, the singer Joe, and you can ask him, Joe, you still owe me a favor. We have an international ladies event, or we have a breast cancer awareness gala, whatever, and we need a performer and we need you. So what can we do? We can really see what we can do, but we need donations. And if you have plenty of finances, or just enough, and be like, hey, I got 500 euros or $500, but it can help, because with that $500 we can maybe get new camera equipment or save up for something bigger. We can, we can do something with something. So yeah, I love you. I don't want to let you go. I just don't want to let you go. I've missed you, and I'm like, oh, I cannot wait till Thursday. I just don't want to let you go because I love you. And I feel so good when I'm surrounded by you. I feel so loved. I feel appreciated. I feel grateful. I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm on purpose. I feel proud, meaning that I put myself out there telling, hey, I want a sisterhood, I want friends, I need you, I love you. I'm just so happy with this platform. And this really is my baby. And I'm happy I started this baby and I started this now, and I cannot wait and see where we're going to. Because my husband tells me the wildest thing, like, when, okay, the sisterhood, and can you imagine that you might have to go to Russia or Nigeria or somewhere else, and somebody says, I want to donate $5 million to your initiative because I like what you're doing. I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, I don't think you understand that this thing can be really, really big. I'm like, yeah, I do, and I want to, but he's really shooting high. He's like, you have that appeal. You can really get this type of money and make sure that you manage as well and don't scam people. Not that I'm a scam, but he means don't fall into the traps of temptation, that you mismanage this money and don't do the things that you set out to do. So he's like, really be aware that you are accountable and that you are responsible, that people look to you. So make sure you do what you're saying. So he's really making me aware of the potential of this all. And he says it's beautiful that we have this home in Suriname that we are still building on, so that we can also host events in Suriname, because we have an island. We built a home on there. He's like, we can get a landing strip for private jets and helicopters and have prominent people out there, to do events and have meetings and do all this stuff. And he's really, man, he's touching my wildest dreams, to have people in our home in Suriname landing on with their private jet. That is out of this world. Something we started in 2019, where people said, why do you want to build a home over there? Are you crazy? Why don't you build a home in the city? And we were like, no, because the scenery there is perfect. Nobody can enter there with a car. You need to have a boat, and then we can do boat rides. And we saw the whole vision. And now that I'm starting this sisterhood, and I always thought about, when I was building this home, I was always thinking about having events there. I didn't know how it would look, but I always thought having events there, having brands there, having horses, helicopters, but I didn't know what the purpose was for. But now to know that I have a sisterhood and I can really bring on housewives over there and create events and just getaways and go on holidays there. And Suriname is a 2-hour flight to Miami, so it's in the Caribbean. It's really South America, but it's part of the Caribbean. Just to really have that opportunity. Brazil is also nearby. I'm like, wow. It's so weird that God makes you do stuff and it makes no sense, because we ran out of finance, out of funds to build the home, but we started it and it's standing, and we lived there for almost a year. But now you have fuel to work harder and to finish and to even make it bigger than it is already quite large. But now that you know that you want to host events and do stuff there, it needs to be even bigger. And there needs to be a pool and maybe multiple pools, and we need to have a ballroom. It's gonna be like a Mar-a-Lago. Like, I have my own Mar-a-Lago. That's crazy, but it's so lovely because we can host so many things, do so many things. God is amazing. I'm just being transparent because I know you are my sister. But it's just lovely, and I just know I'm a girl. I'm a lady to wear nice clothes and, you know, have this African fashion or have this beautiful Carolina Herrera and to do the beautiful events. And yes, sign me up. Sign me up. So if you're into that, let me know and join the club. Like and subscribe, share. Make sure you check this channel because I'm busy with the website, and there we will have newsletters. There will be updates. Everything we discussed here will be in the newsletter. And yeah, we're gonna do so many beautiful stuff, ladies. I cannot wait. We're gonna host baby showers. Baby showers. I'm not pregnant at the time, but when I am pregnant, which I will be pregnant again, I cannot wait to have a baby shower with all of you. That would be so nice. That would be a totally different experience. To have all the housewives and have beautiful baby showers, beautiful gifts and fun and games, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm trying to contain myself because I don't want to blast everything out here, but I have so many ideas. I have so many ideas with the logo, and when you see the logo, you gonna understand what I'm saying with I want to create my own lipstick. Yes, we are going to create our own lipstick, and it's gonna be probably a one-time thing. I'm thinking about maybe around October, you know, domestic violence awareness, but you also have breast cancer awareness month, and then we can do a lipstick, maybe a lip gloss with a liner, maybe a lip kit, you know, Kylie Jenner type of vibes, but then with the logo, real beautiful. And it's just gonna be a one-time thing. And the proceeds will go to domestic violence or breast cancer awareness. And we can do it annually. I cannot wait to go to Italy and go to all these manufacturers that make lipsticks and beauty products. Maybe even mirrors. I got so many ideas. I need to get up out of here because the ideas are crazy. We can do jewelry. I'm telling you, your girl has so many ideas, and I cannot wait. We can do napkins. We can do fabrics. I mean, we can do fabrics with the logo. And we can sell these fabrics. And you can put that in your home. Or we can even make dresses. I mean, curtains, cushions, towels. We can do plates, all that stuff. I mean, your girl has a lot of ideas. I'm that creative. But my daughter is standing behind me, and I don't know what she wants, but I'm going to find out. And then I'm going to continue with my day because the hour has long passed, but I really wanted to do this with you because it's summer holiday, so I got time. I got time to talk, but I don't want to hold you too long because I know you've got kids or maybe a husband that needs your service. So we will see each other on Thursday. I love you, and I will see you on Thursday.